Patrick Rothfuss may be one of the most controversial figures in the fantasy space, but there is no denying that he is an exceptional writer. I would venture to say that if Doors of Stone is ever released, it will be just as successful as his first two books. I believe this because Patrick is simply too good of a writer for it not to be a huge book. So, what can writers, especially new writers, learn from Patrick Rothfuss? First, prose matters because it can be used to increase immersion and emotion for the readers of stories. Prose isn't necessarily all important. You can have what people think is bad prose and still be very successful if your book does other things well. But when a book can sing to you, as Pat's writing often does, then that book is going to pull in a lot of hungry readers. Not just because it sounds good, though that is part of it, but because it helps the reader experience the atmosphere of the story. Think about it this way. Prose is the delivery system for a story. And when a story is delivered well, it helps influence the emotions of the reader. Rothfuss does a great job of matching his prose to the mood of his scenes. His sentences feel playful during lighter moments and yet reflective during quieter moments. Sometimes his sentences sound like music to the ears. It's very enjoyable to read. But Patrick's prose is only a small reason why his books are successful. Writers should also take note of the way Rothfuss uses mystery to push his story forward. He's a master at dangling information in front of his readers and then slowly peeling back the layers of the story, of Kvothe's story. Kvothe himself is a giant mystery. All we really know at the start is that he owns the Waystone Inn. He has an assistant named Bast, he's an outsider to the town, and he's changed his name. But then his story is slowly peeled open, and we slowly learn who he is, or at least who he was. As we learn more information, more mysteries are brought into the story. Who are the Chandrian? Why doesn't Kvothe end up with Denna? Where is Denna now? Who is the king that Kvothe killed? Also, why is Kvothe in the state he is now? There are so many mysteries dangling that must be resolved. Rothfuss understands the power of mystery better than most. Mystery is a powerful tool in storytelling because it taps into the brain's natural reward pathways. Engaging these reward pathways and systems turns passive readers into active participants in the story. Mystery has a unique way of dragging readers to the finish line. This is the reason I think Doors of Stone will be huge if it ever gets released. There are just too many unresolved mysteries and unresolved questions about the Kingkiller Chronicles that will drag people back into the series even after the long wait and all that's happened. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Let me know in the comments if you're going to read Doors of Stone if it's ever released. Another thing Rothfuss does really well is Kvothe's character voice. Kvothe has ego, intelligence, and a temper that sometimes gets him into trouble when he otherwise wouldn't be. Kvothe's character voice is influenced strongly by his character conflict, both internal and external. The external pressures he faces from being orphaned and living by himself in a big city to his time battling with Ambrose at the university. These external pressures are unique and make for a great story, but I think character voice really comes from the internal conflict, and Kvothe has plenty of that too. This internal conflict includes his desire to be with Denna, to hold her and to kiss her, but also his desire not to come on too strong and scare her away. He has a desire to attend the university, which is often set at odds with his temper, particularly when Ambrose or Master Hem are concerned. Most of all, his conflict with who he is at present. He wants to be who he once was, which is evident by how he tells his story. Instead, he is bested by two common soldiers and cannot open his thrice-locked chest. These are obvious internal conflicts that make Kvothe a rich character. If you want to watch another video about creating character conflict, I'll post that at the end of the video. The Name of the Wind is a masterclass on character-driven storylines. Many of Kvothe's struggles are actually surprisingly ordinary. He's trying to get into the university and pay his tuition. He's trying to better himself and his situation and impress those he respects. Even his seeking after Denna's love is shockingly ordinary. And yet we care. Rothfuss does a good job of outlining clear character goals and desires for Kvothe, and that's why we care. This shows that characters don't always have to be saving the world. Exciting stories can come from mundane, everyday obstacles if you get your reader to care about what your characters care about. The way Rothfuss solicits emotions with his words is also incredible. Many of the scenes with Denna invoke emotions of longing while we empathize with Kvothe. Contrast that to the scenes with Ari where we find ourselves empathizing with her. This empathy for Ari makes these scenes so heartwarming and really tug at your emotional heartstrings. It also feels like Ari is your younger sister. Not to mention the fact that these scenes are a few of many that show that Kvothe is a good person. Then there are the scenes where Kvothe plays his lute. You can feel the love he has for the instrument. You can feel how it brings him closer to his parents. And when he plays in front of people, you can feel the emotions Kvothe arouses in the audience. The scene where he wins his pipes is one of my favorites. Every time I read it, I'm amazed at the surprise and awe I feel when he finishes his song with a broken string. Rothfuss shows that he understands a crucial factor in creating these emotional scenes by putting his characters in situations that would evoke similar emotions with real people. This makes these emotional scenes believable and add to a rich story. We should all learn that emotional moments really matter. These moments should be peppered in often, but spread out enough as to not overwhelm your reader. Peppering in emotional moments is one of many lessons we should learn from Rothfuss. But another lesson we should learn is that pacing is everything. One of my favorite realizations I had while reading Name of the Wind was that slow burn stories can be incredibly exciting if paced appropriately. Though the story is long and drawn out, there is no wasted space in his books. Rothfuss is a master at using every scene to accomplish multiple things. Some scenes are designed to get you to feel certain emotions, but they may also foreshadow a crucial plot point or reveal crucial elements of the world while slowly progressing the plot. This is something that can be done by discovery writers and outliners alike. Outliners can incorporate a scene list and list out multiple goals that each scene must accomplish. Discovery writers need only write down the goals for each scene before they write them. If you keep these goals in mind while you write, it will help you accomplish your goals for each scene. Accomplishing your goals for each scene will help you ensure good pacing for your story. Setups and payoffs are another incredible lesson that writers can take from Rothfuss. He is constantly setting up later storylines with smaller bits of foreshadowing, introducing small elements that are seemingly unimportant pay off really well when they fit into a larger piece of the story a few hours later. This is so satisfying for readers because it makes the story feel well planned. Readers love making connections between events, and every time they spot one, their reward system kicks into action. Writers don't need complicated plots to do this. Even small setups and payoffs can be incredibly rewarding. There are two more lessons that we can take from Patrick Rothfuss, but they are closely related and yet at odds. The first is that perfectionism is a real danger because it can lead you to a mental space that isn't conducive to finishing your stories. I hope Doors of Stone gets released as much as the next person, and that's really all I'm going to say about it as I move into the last lesson we can take from Rothfuss. The final lesson writers should take is that great storytelling takes time. He spent years, many years, writing and revising and rewriting his books. And like it or not, the amount of time he's spent really shows in what he has produced. His writing is phenomenal. Many readers have fallen in love with his characters. Every scene is crafted with a lot of thought, and that really comes through in the writing. It's okay to take your time. In fact, it's probably a good idea to take more time than you would like to write your story. Just remember that stories are meant to be read and not endlessly perfected. Thanks for watching, and as promised, here is the video about creating character conflict. Give that a watch, and I'll see you over there.